The Southeast Grassroot will only listen to Kano, while the Southwest will listen to IGBOHO. Aisha. Amid the current situation of Nigeria and how almost all the country's geopolitical zones are now agitating and making their own respective demands from the federal government, coupled with the fact that the country is about being plunged into chaos and uncertainty, a human rights activist and a co-convener of the #Bring Back Our Girls protest, commonly known as #BBOG, Mrs. Aisha Yusufu has come out to speak on the issue. Aisha, who strategically focused on the ongoing protests and agitations all over the country, made it known that the government at the grassroots level doesn't belong to the politicians but the people. She cited that the Southeast grassroots will likely listen to the IPOB agitator NNAMDI Kanu, just like how the Southwest grassroots will only listen to the self-acclaimed Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho. In her tweet, exactly with her words that she says, the grassroots does not belong to the politicians. Southeast grassroots would likely listen to NNAMDI Kanu than politicians. Southwest grassroots will listen to Sunday Igboho. #EndSARS protesters will listen to themselves, and religious leaders control another chunk. #Be strategic. Oh wow. The activist went further to state that the NSAS protesters will also listen to themselves as she proceeded to disclose how the South has always longed for restructuring and to control the country's resources. Lastly, Aisha urged all Nigerians to come together in unity and focus on tackling the problems that unite us instead of discussing the differences that separate us, because that is the only way we can realize our powers as citizens of this very nation. So, in her actual tweet, she says, the South wants resource control and restructuring. The North Central equally is agitating for its own. The Northeast might be tired of playing second fiddle to Northwest. So why not get the people that will go to the legislative arm of government and make this happen? #Be strategic. If we all focus on the problems that unite us rather than the differences we have, we will realize our power as citizens and ensure that we determine who gets into office rather than a few power brokers. #Be strategic. I agree with everything that she said here. I'm not really sure what she means by the Northeast might be tired of playing second fiddle to the Northwest. If you can explain, elaborate in the comment section. But I think one thing that she repeats here specifically is the hashtag at the end of every statement she makes, which is and the statement says #be strategic. Basically, that is all we need to do. Why? Because you cannot be reckless with a government like the Nigerian government and expect something to happen. So it's just, I guess at this point, it's just what it is. #be strategic, because we have to be, because the actual parties right now, they are trying to be strategic in ways that they can, so that in 2023, this is even the time where they should get comfortable in their office and actually start going for the big investments and all that. But then they choose not to. They don't do that. And it's not even, I guess you have to plan ahead. I understand that. But it's like with every administration, the minute they come into office and they're there, they start thinking of the next election. They are so quick to do that, and they're very much consistent. So again, this just reiterates that we have no choice but to be strategic as well, because again, we have to beat them at their own game to get what we want, and we basically will leave it at that. So yeah, with NNAMDI Kanu now, those are the grassroots to listen to him. Yeah, that is true, because he does have a lot of supporters and the large following that he needs. But I think the large following and the supporters, I don't think have done anything that recognizes his power. So what I mean is that since his arrest, there hasn't been any protests. I understand, again, she says #be strategic, so I'm not expecting them to just go loose and do that, because again, they don't put themselves at an advantage, so they have to be strategic. But again, I have not even seen any strong move by the by a chunk of Biafrans that support Nnamdi Kanu, stating or trying to pull strings together to make sure that he's released. Because again, I did a news yesterday, and the article said, from the words of Nnamdi Kanu himself, that he might die in the DSS custody, and it's just like, this man's human rights are being violated, and this is what is happening right now. So yeah, I mean, this is literally like what it is. So I'm not thinking, because could there be a possibility that the Nigerian government's move to basically abduct Nnamdi Kanu keep some people quiet? Because I think that in some ways, those that are not yet strong in the agitation may be taken aback and would want to cool down for a little bit. With Sunday IGBOHO as well, I mean, that was just chaotic. I mean, they literally came not just attacking him only, but attacking anything surrounding him or anything that he's associated to. I mean, his properties, his cars, they got destroyed. Allegedly, his wife was taken, and confirmed. It's confirmed that they killed, by the DSS, they killed 2 of IGBOHO's relatives or associates, but they were associated with IGBOHO, so that was it. That's how we know that, and they were killed. And from the videos that circulated online after the event, blood everywhere, so that really confirmed that. Would they then listen to him? Are you really sure? Because again, with both these agitators, the governors in that region, so the southwest and the southeast, they're not really on board with the agitation at all. I have not seen any governor come out to say, oh yes, I support you, Nnamdi Kanu. So again, you might say the grassroots and that's where the power lies. Absolutely, yes, that is where the power lies. But to make moves like breaking international law to abduct people and do all those kind of things, and invade somebody's house without permission and kill their associates, that would take the power that the people in power currently have. So again, the people in the grassroots don't necessarily have the connections to make moves like that. So do you really think they'd listen? I mean, again, we'll see how things go. Of course, they need the support that they can get, because this government, left to them, they would do a madness. And really, that is just what it is. So I guess that's what it is. But I mean, that's just the other side of the argument. But it's highly likely that, of course, there are people who support them, there are people who defend them, and they will not be left in the claws of the Nigerian government. Absolutely not. Hopefully they're okay. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.